Coming up on Good Morning Wilmington Live, exceptional care for Children's Board Chair, Dr. Stephen Falchek stops by to talk about the organization's work to help fragile teens. And Resume Expert Kimysha Archy is on the plaza to drop some gems about resume writing. Plus, new Executive Director of the Delaware Theatre Company, Silva stops by to share his plans for the beloved theater. Be sure to tune in Monday, February 27th at 10 a.m. right here on DETV.
Good morning.
He's warming up.
Warming up. Traffic dispatcher first thing in the morning. Good morning, Wilmington. What's going on? I'm your main man, Big Ive, the talk of the town, Mr. DETVCH.com. And I'm here with my lovely and amazing and Miss Wedding Showcase host,
Vincenza. Good morning, Wilmington, and good morning, Ivan. I see that you've been following what I've been up to all weekend, huh?
Look, you're the hardest working woman in show business here in Delaware.
Thank you. Well, my motto is better to be busy than to be bored. And
my motto is better to be busy than to be broke.
That too. I don't blame you on that one. But this actually this weekend I had the opportunity to produce the Delaware Today magazine's and Wedding Today magazine's wedding show. They have the annual event every year.
Right.
And actually this was my 7th year producing the fashion show.
For real?
So I really enjoyed it. I always go back every year. Actually, our very own Kaylin Pride was one of the models in the fashion show. She is incredible, full of confidence and so much fun energy. And that's what I look for in all of my models is fun energy, personality, relatability, and all of the models did a phenomenal job, so thank you to all of them. But also the magazine, they trusted me, they bring me on board every year, and again, going into the 7th year. But it was just truly an incredible event to really bring in wedding season, but also the spring season. So it was really nice to all come together, and again, Kaylin did amazing.
That was the first dress I saw. I'm going through social media, I'm like, I know that girl, I know her. And I was like, oh shoot, it's Kaylin. And then
Kaylin.
I said, if it's Delaware Today, you are not gonna be far behind. And there were some other models that I knew, I believe Kaylin introduced me to, right? Rebecca the teacher from...
That's right, Rebecca Gasparetti.
Yeah,
Margarita was one of the models. You know,
I didn't see her.
So she, you probably wouldn't recognize her because every time you see her, she's in V&M Bistro uniform. So we always say we clean up well, but she was one of the models. I recruited my sister Margarita and my older brother Italo. So, yes, I always recruit my siblings.
Yeah, that is her.
You see?
Okay. All right, Margarita. That's what's up. Okay.
Yeah, so it was a fun weekend, fun-filled weekend, but I'm glad to be here today because we have, an exciting show for everyone. But before we talk about who is on the show, can I mention the Delaware Dancing with the Stars event that's coming up? So this Saturday, March 4th, I believe, right? March 4th is the Wilmington Library Dancing with the Stars event. And Ivan is competing. Right, Ivan?
No, we won.
Oh, yeah,
there's no competition.
Speaking it into existence.
There's no competition. I don't believe in competition.
And he is competing along with so many other influential leaders throughout the state and the area. We're really, really excited to have everyone come together meeting at Wilmington Library. But keep in mind, it is a fundraiser benefiting the Wilmington Library. So it's dancing for a cause, right? So come on out. I'm sure you can find out more information about tickets. There is a reception, a VIP reception. You can attend. So definitely check out Wilmington Public Library's a website to find out more information, but also, Ivan, you better win.
No.
So you better show up.
There you go, Vincenza.
You better win.
We already won, Vin.
All right,
Renata is
take home the W.
Look, it was all fun and games, right? It was, I swear to you, we have an awesome instructor, and we go to Philly, right? Because that's how dedicated we are, right? We go to Philadelphia. So my dance partner is Renata, and we were out there, like this is for us, our personal goals, right? We want to have fun. And then we started landing the moves, right? And we started landing, it was like, no, we're gonna beat them.
Right.
We're like it became a real competition.
Right.
So we're so happy. But first of all, it is about the fundraising part,
That's
right?
right.
And I can't wait. We're definitely gonna have fun with that. So, but we also have interviews that's coming up on DETV, the special episode of Good Morning Wilmington, where we're going to be interviewing all the dancers, Kaylin?
Excellent.
All the dancers that's going to be dancing. So I can't wait.
I'm excited. This is such a fun event. I love dance in general.
Right.
I grew up taking dance classes, ballet, tap, jazz, hip hop, and point. So, and then I taught dance for 25 years. So I have such an appreciation.
My fault, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Ivan, you're hilarious. Bernice,
She's
call your
watching.
mom.
My mom is watching right now, like, babe, I'm gonna get a phone call, baby. You shouldn't be cussing on TV.
Well, I have to mention that the fact that we're able to really shine a positive light with bringing the performing arts, coming together, benefiting Wilmington Public Library, it's going to be just a fun event.
Yes.
Everyone's going to laugh, cheer, come together, but also it's all such for a great cause.
Yeah.
But I'm excited for you guys. Ivan had actually an opportunity to give me a little sneak peek of his choreography. He's gonna kill it. Everybody better start practicing.
You've never seen a big boy move like this.
He's gonna kill it.
And so the switch notes, Mayor Mike Przicki proclaimed that April 24th is now known as the Bishop Aretha Morton Day, which is the day she became an official church minister. That's really exciting.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mayor Przicki, for honoring her legacy. And I think that's what's important, that we maintain that, because clearly she was an influential leader in the community and in the city of Wilmington. So thank you.
She was a voice. There was they was trying to pass this ordinance, this bike lane thing one time over on the west side, and she stood up and I think she called the angels from heaven, and it was like insane. That's when you knew that she wasn't no joke. She definitely an awesome figure, an awesome woman, and I believe and Kaylin, wasn't she the first black female firefighter, the fire chaplain here in Delaware? So she made some history, and she left. And we always talk about legacy, and she left a beautiful legacy. So rest in peace, Bishop.
And I love that it was such a great timing, because also celebrating Black History Month. I mean, really celebrating this month, but also honoring Bishop Morton. So that we've had so much going on here at DETV. You can check out all of our social media pages to find out all of the individuals in the community that we have been celebrating throughout the month. Also, Ivan, you interviewed, Ivan, you're always interviewing some really outstanding people. Really, you are. And you interviewed Philadelphia rapper Freeway. He stopped by the Plaza. Tell us how that interview went.
That interview was insane. And I'll tell you why it was insane, right? Because I remember knowing Freeway, listening to his music about
Freedom Thinkers
20 years
Academy, man. Let's get back to that.
Now he's an advocate for health. He's an advocate for getting workforce development, and it was just a beautiful thing. He was diagnosed being diabetic, and then he was diagnosed with having renal failure, and now he had a kidney transplant, and now he's using his celebrity status to speak to the younger people and speak to the men and anyone about health and how important health is. So that was an awesome interview. Make sure we'll put the link in there somewhere. Make sure you check that out. That was great. Matter of fact, they got a clip. You got a clip. Oh, check this. Take a look at this clip.
All right, Freedom Thinkers Academy, man. Let's get back to that, because we gave the health plug, but that's the Freedom Thinkers Academy is where it's at right now. Man, it's about changing lives, man.
Most definitely.
What else do you want people to know about Freedom Thinkers?
Man, listen, we're here, it started, I turned adversity into something positive, man, and we're here to help.
What was that adversity?
That adversity was kidney failure. That adversity was feeling like it's all over, and then having to climb back, and then having to, stand and, be a voice for people. And, throughout my whole career, people love me, and they know that I stand on integrity, and they know what I say is official. So why not let them know what's going on with me and explain to them what I'm going through, so they can use me as an example of what you don't want to do. What's the mistakes that you don't want to make?
So it was a great interview, as you can see,
and inspiring. Inspiring. I really appreciated that he was able to share his story with you and all of the viewers, because I did have a chance to take a peek at that interview, and I was immediately, he caught my attention when he started to really share his health journey. And wow, he really went through it. Wow, he really went through it, and I appreciate that he's using his fame to really spread awareness and just bring awareness not just to his health, but also be a positive influence too. And I appreciated that, and I love that he was here on the plaza. And you were able to interview him. That's so awesome, Ivan.
We're having a lot of celebrities come to Delaware to be on Good Morning Wilmington.
I love it.
And it's insane. And you haven't seen anything yet. Vincenzo and I, we got some stuff up our sleeve. But make sure you stay tuned with that. Also in the news, I was at a couple events this weekend. One of the events were at the Wilmington Public Library again, doing some great stuff, was Spending Black Matters. It was a marketplace for entrepreneurs, for black entrepreneurs. That was really, really great. I think they pre-registered 300, about 400 people showed up. So that was great. And we have a busy week here at DETV. DETV, again, this is such a blessing. And I feel like crying, Vincenzo. Really, I do, because Dennis and I, when we first got awarded the station, they said we couldn't do it. They said that we didn't have the experience to do it. And so far, as of February, we got nominated by AT&T for being Mid-Atlantic Black Business of the Year.
Amazing.
We're producing, we produced the Blue Coats basketball games, and this week we are producing the A10 basketball tournament at the Field House. So I am like, it's just like, wow. You know what I mean?
Deserving, very deserving. Congratulations to you, the team, for this incredible recognition. Just to be nominated and recognized is an honor in itself. And the work is showing. You are deserving of it, your team is deserving of it, and that's what's important, that people are noticing it, and they're watching.
And the moral, you know what the moral is? The moral is, don't believe in your dreams, stalk them. Stalk your dreams. Everyone said that we couldn't do it, and we do it. We do it, and we keep doing it.
That's right.
We don't care what the money looks like, we just keep doing it because we love it and it's for the community. All right, and speaking of the community, this is a perfect segue into Do More 24 and the special guest that we have in the building. Do More 24 is one day, a special day wrapped around giving to Delaware nonprofits. It starts this Wednesday. Is it this Wednesday?
Yes, Wednesday, March 2nd.
March 2nd at 6 p.m. and ends March 3rd at 6 p.m. So Vin, go ahead and tell them. Now, also, I gotta say this.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you better make note of this.
We gotta make this one right. Make sure that you go to, I'm gonna put the link in the description so you can donate whatever you can to DETV.
Right.
Your donation goes a long way, and it helps us keep, one, it helps me to pay all these people here to do this and to produce these shows to keep you informed about what's going on in Delaware. So Vin, tell them who we got today.
All right, so ready?
And that's Do More 24.
Drum roll, here we go. All right, we have an excellent show for everyone here. We have Dr. Stephen Falchek. He's the board chair of Exceptional Care for Children. I have actually a great story to share with you about exceptional care. We'll do that during the interview, because I had a chance to chat with Dr. Falchek before we started. We also have Kimysha Archy. She is the owner of Clark K Services. And last but not least, we have Matt Silva, the executive director of Delaware Theatre Company. And I have to make a note again, Do More 24, you make sure you go to that website, see all the nonprofits that are affiliated with Do More 24, help make a difference, help donate. That's what it's all about, giving back, help all these nonprofits that are involved, because we need to help the community to keep the community thriving. So another great show we have in store for everyone.
They're doing some, like these nonprofits, like I went to one of the functions, right? And you see these nonprofits that, and my words are, it's amazing to see people that really give a damn, right? And that's when you have a chance to help them give a little bit more. So, all right, we'll be right back after this commercial break. This is Big Ive and
Vincenza. We'll be right back.
Good Morning Wilmington.
Coming up on the Plaza, ECC's Dr. Stephen Falchek.
DETV has been Delaware's premium provider of creative digital and broadcasting solutions that bridges communities and connects people. We create great stories for all audiences. We deliver independent news throughout Delaware. We are digital platform innovators. And we develop marketing and sales solutions so you can stay connected to your audience. Now, why do we do what we do here on DETV? We do it because we care. So, keep watching and follow us on all of our social media platforms. Remember, DETV, online, on air, on time.
Still searching for cheap gas prices? Dump the pump and ride DART. You can DART to your destination for only $4 all day. Let DART do the driving while you enjoy our free Wi-Fi available on all buses statewide. While scrolling through your favorite apps, don't forget to download DART's free transit app for real-time bus information and enjoy the convenience of contactless fare payment through DART Pass. So what are you waiting for? Dump the pump and try transit. Visit dartfirststate.com or call 1-800-652-DART.
Government doesn't make a move without an agenda, some type of plan. The problem is we haven't been on the agenda. Sometimes we're overlooked. Sometimes our interests aren't the interests of those in power. I'm your host, Kerwin Gaines, on DETV's new show, The Agenda. We're going to do our best to ensure that you, Delawareans, are knowledgeable about what's going on in the Assembly. Federal government, local government, it doesn't matter. We're going to do our best to ensure that folks that make the agenda on a daily basis have to answer for it. Let them explain what they're doing. If it affects you, it's on the agenda.
Welcome back, everyone, to DETV's Good Morning Wilmington. First up on the plaza is today we have Dr. Stephen Falchek, the board chair of Exceptional Care for Children. Welcome, Dr. Falchek.
Welcome.
Thank you so much. It's an honor to be here today.
Oh,
Thank you for your invitation.
For us. Oh my gosh, of course. So I have to share with our viewers, but also Ivan. So before we started the interview, the show today, I had a chance to catch up with Dr. Falchek, and I had the opportunity to partner with Exceptional Care many, many years ago. So you know that I co-founded the nonprofit literacy organization Success Won't Wait.
Right.
I was able to donate an entire library to Exceptional Care back in the 2000s.
Wow.
So yes, when I saw that come up on my show notes, I was like, wow, I know that name. I know that name.
Right.
So I was very excited to obviously bring you on the show today and talk more about Exceptional Care.
Nice.
But really great organization.
Okay.
Really phenomenal organization. So let's dive right into that. Dr. Falchek, would you share with us what is Exceptional Care for Children?
So Exceptional Care for Children is a residential, what's called a facility, but it is a residential location for children who have very specific medical needs, often what we call technology dependent. So in other words, that they have some sort of mechanical device or some sort of extraordinary need beyond what can be met conveniently in their own home, or I should say successfully in their own home, and with their family's abilities at that particular point. Now, these children have a range of disorders and a range of capabilities. All have, however, though, measurable quality of life. They have some ability to demonstrate that what we're doing for them is having an impact and having an effect. Some of the children at Exceptional Care are going to be there indefinitely, and others will eventually transition back to their home environment with their families.
Excellent, excellent. And what is the age range for the, would you say students that attend Exceptional Care, or they
we just
members?
refer to them as the kids or the
Okay,
children.
the
So
children, okay.
I guess in some ways they're patients, in some ways they're residents. But for us, the kids, the children at Exceptional Care, they range from birth to 21 years of age at this point.
Okay.
Yeah. What is the mission of Exceptional Care?
So Exceptional Care's mission is to provide a safe haven for healing and helping fragile bodies. And where some sort of treatment is possible, a cure is possible, to try to help make that happen, and when it's not, to get the best outcome possible.
Right.
Right, and I know that Dr. Falchek is one of the founding members of Exceptional Care for Children, so you've been a part of this organization since the beginning. Have you seen a change throughout the years with the organization and how it's evolved?
Oh, absolutely. So life itself is a dynamic process, and so Exceptional Care is certainly in step with that. So we've grown, for example, when we first opened, when you first encountered Exceptional Care, we had only 10 patient beds and 10 occupants, and then that grew to 20 and then to 30, and we're now up to about 45 residents at Exceptional Care.
Right.
So in the meantime, our focus also changed a little bit as well too. At first, it was a lot more what I would consider sort of palliative care focused, and now we're a much more dynamic, chronic medical care management, rehabilitation sort of focus. So while we still also provide that palliative care aspect as well.
Now you started at the very beginning of Exceptional Care. What was it? What's your why? I love to hear people's why.
So perhaps I should step back a moment and say, so my career as a physician has been as a pediatric neurologist and epileptologist. So I've had, throughout my training, I've had familiarity with children and young adults who have special needs and who wind up sort of on that fringe of what medicine can do and what, sometimes their families can provide for them as well.
Right.
A friend of mine, Janine Winsness, had approached me and said, Steve, I've got this idea. I want to start a facility, a place that will be basically a hospital, but it'll be focused on trying to help these kids instead of like bouncing back and forth to the emergency room at home and emergency room to, some sort of residential placement, to actually be a hospital, but in a home-like setting for them.
Right.
And that was the inception of the idea of Exceptional Care, and that was back in 1998. So, a good 8 years before we even opened our doors. And at the time, I would say it wasn't something that I would have maybe said was likely to be successful as it is, but it was a good idea.
It was a great idea.
And,
it was a very good idea.
And I felt that it was the right thing to be doing with my spare time. So
right.
And so we did that.
Nice.
Excellent, excellent. Could you share with our viewers a little bit more about the specific services that you offer at Exceptional Care?
So with Exceptional Care, we offer a range of, well, first of all, I should say that Exceptional Care is a place that tries to make life as enjoyable and as, I guess you would say, normal as possible for these children. So that's our primary focus is quality of life and quality of care, as well as quality of care. So we offer school. All right, so all the children have the opportunity to attend school. There's a range of abilities, there's a range of disabilities amongst our patients. And so for some that basically constitutes mainly therapy, but for others it is a very dynamic and learning process. And so we provide schooling, we provide physical occupational therapy services, speech and language services. Play therapy is a very, very big part of what we do. Your library comes in very handy with many of those things, the library that you were the founder of, basically, and the donation that your organization gave.
Thank you.
So we, and in between that, we try to sort of provide them as many opportunities to sort of get out and explore life as possible. So we do, we have a beautiful grounds that we try to get the kids outside as much as possible, when it's feasible and when the weather permits. We also try to provide them with as many sort of social opportunities for interaction, not only with each other, but also with visitors and with, outings and what have you.
Where is Exceptional located?
So it's on,
I know,
it's located at,
need to share with everyone.
It's located off of West Chestnut Hill Road. It's a little road called Independence Way, and it's in Newark.
Oh, nice. Yes. So if, any parents, how does it go? Do they sign up for it? How can they have their children involved in your program?
So there's a process by which patients are identified as good candidates to reside at exceptional care. So they're referred by their physicians and their healthcare team. And then our team goes through and tries to determine if we have something that's realistic to offer and whether this is the right time for it.
Right.
And if in fact we feel that's the case, then we put the children on our list, and there is a waiting list for exceptional care. So,
well, that's
but as we graduate
problem,
children,
right?
then there's room for new ones to come in. And
now, is it being there's a wait list? That's a good problem because clearly there's a need, and people want to be involved with the program. Now, the need. Going back to that, are you looking for more help? Are you looking for more teachers, volunteers? I'm sure there's always a need for that.
So we're certainly always looking for more volunteers.
Okay.
And we're also looking for good qualified pediatric nurses who would want to join our team as well too.
Nice.
And as far as therapists and other and teachers as well too. I'm not exactly certain at this moment what our job opportunities are available, but interested applicants should check out our website. And I know that we have a lot of jobs posted there.
Excellent, excellent. And let's talk about the grant, the Longwood grant. Would you like to share with our viewers a little bit more about that?
So yes, so that's quite a big story there. So when you asked me earlier what age range we cover, I said birth to 21 years of age right now. And so the issue with exceptional care is that when children reach 21 years of age, a lot of things change for them. So their medical coverage changes, the medical paradigm changes, that they have to graduate from pediatric to adult care. And they can't remain in exceptional care as it stands right now. And one of the problems we've had is that it's difficult to identify for the children, for the young adults who are not able to go back home to their birth families. It's difficult to identify what location they would go to and who their care providers will be. Without getting too much into it, there's a lot of complexity in transitioning from childhood to adulthood in the U.S. healthcare system. We came up with the concept of what we call the bridge unit, which is designed to be something that will help ease that transition, starting in the late teenage years, and maybe even extending our care time for these children just a little bit past 21 years of age. Not way into adulthood, but just for maybe another year or two, to achieve several things. First of all, to try to smooth that transition between the pediatric and adult care models, number one. Number two, to allow some time for recipient organizations and practitioners in the community to sort of train up and get to know these kids and young adults, and to be able to participate in their care in a more seamlessly continuous way, as opposed to some abrupt change and handover.
Right. Well, you have to think, I always looked at when I transitioned from high school to college, how difficult it was for me. And I went to regular school, regular college. I didn't have the opportunity, obviously I did not go through exceptional care, so I can't even imagine the transition from once you're 21, stop. Now what next? And it's much more difficult. So the fact that you're thinking about that transition to make it more seamless for the children and the young adults, I think that's imperative.
Absolutely, because in one day, their healthcare changes.
One day.
As in their healthcare insurance changes, their support network changes, their residence changes where they're actually living, and all of the care providers who have been taking care of them change in one day. So what we're trying to do is trying to sort of stage that out better through what's actually building an annex for exceptional care called our bridge unit. That will also help our wait list as well too for the younger children who are trying to get in, if we can transition some of our older teenage patients into a contiguous but different building.
We appreciate that you are thinking of these next steps for the young adults, because once they leave, what next?
What's next?
It's scary. It's scary. Adulthood is scary, and you don't know what to expect. So that you're thinking about how can we help give them more support as they transition into the, another facility or another support system organization, and that's really key. That's very, very important.
So the thing that I think has to be borne in mind is that all of these people, all of these children are individuals who have feelings and wants and needs. And they vary in their ability to express that, but just because someone can't speak or can't speak clearly, their feelings are just as real and just as powerful. And that includes fear and anxiety and a lot of other things. And it's sometimes hard to even recognize those things if someone cannot communicate clearly and effectively with you. So what we're trying to do is provide them with the best quality of life possible. And this is where the Longwood Grant came in. So the Longwood Grant was aimed at helping us to get the bridge unit literally off the ground. To actually, it's a shovel-ready project, so to actually get us sort of to the point of constructing this facility and to help this process of transition from pediatric to adult care in this particular population.
Well, congratulations, Doc, and congratulations with all your success with what you're doing right now. But most of all, we also want to talk about real quick, you are on Do More 24, participating in Do More 24. And people can search your name, Exceptional
Care for Children.
For children, and donation, nothing small, nothing's too small to donate.
That's right.
No, it's this paradigm has been repeated many times throughout history. As you know, you give of what you can, and that produces just amazing results when you do that.
Real quick, Dr. Falchek, can you give our viewers your website real quick so they can look up more information?
Sure, it's www.exceptionalcare.org.
Excellent, thank you so much.
Exceptional Care is all one word.
Got it. Thank you so much for joining us here on DETV. We appreciate all the support, but also it was a pleasure connecting again, as always. And if you need more books, call Success Won't Wait. We'll help you out. If you need more books, we have to restock the library.
There you go.
All right, so we have to take a quick commercial break, but we'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Clerk K's Kimysha Archy is up next.
The 2023 Atlantic 10 Women's Basketball Championship returns to Wilmington, Delaware, March 1st through 5th. It's another thrilling week of women's hoops at Chase Fieldhouse. With world-class restaurants and museums and the historic riverfront, Wilmington is the place to be the first week of March. Experience the 2023 A10 Women's Basketball Championship on the riverfront in Wilmington, Delaware, March 1st through 5th. For tickets, visit SeatGeek.com.
Still searching for cheap gas prices? Dump the pump and ride DART. You can DART to your destination for only $4 all day. Let DART do the driving while you enjoy our free Wi-Fi available on all buses statewide. While scrolling through your favorite apps, don't forget to download DART's free transit app for real-time bus information and enjoy the convenience of contactless fare payment through DART Pass. So what are you waiting for? Dump the pump and try transit. Visit dartfirststate.com or call 1-800-652-DART.
A new beginning, a second chance. Call it what you want, but this is what never giving up looks like. This is what finding someone who believes in you looks like. I thought Goodwill was just a store until a friend told me about Train to Gain through Goodwill's Job Resource Center. After 5 years away, I had a lot of self-doubt and fear about my future. But Goodwill had my back, and today, I love where I work. They matched me with an employer who believes in second chances. And now, I have a new start thanks to Goodwill.
To learn more about Goodwill's career development opportunities, call today.
Looking to jumpstart your teaching career in Delaware? And make up to $50,000 with full benefits? Then look no further than Kingswood Early Learning Academy, where you can make a difference and earn the salary you deserve.
Welcome back to Good Morning Wilmington. Next up on the plaza is Kimysha Archy, owner of Clerk K Services, and she's here to drop some gems on successful resume writing. Welcome to the
Importance of resume writing.
Welcome.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Thanks for being here.
Yes, and you look lovely.
Thank you.
Killing it in the yellow.
I love yellow. You know I love yellow.
Right.
As soon as she walked in, I was like, oh, who is that? Well, we're so excited to have you on the show.
Thank you.
So
Thank you so much.
let's just dive right into it. Who's Kimysha Archy?
So Kimysha, I am, first and foremost, I'm a mother. I have 3 beautiful children, and also I am a businesswoman. I am a encourager. Yes. I'm an inspirer. I love to inspire people, and I just love for people to see me and see it's possible, whatever that is, you know, just to know that anything is possible. So.
That's right.
All right, let's get right into it. Resume writing.
Resume.
What made you? Why is it so important?
For me, it's just where I come from. Being a teen mom, there's a stigma placed on us, and you know, we have to get it. We have to provide. We have to take care of our children. And I saw that working at a job is a job. I just want to make that clear. You have to do what you have to do. But there's more to you. You have more in you than, you know, working at McDonald's. And if that's what you like to do, you know, that's fine. And I say McDonald's because I worked at McDonald's. It paid the bills, but
and there's nothing wrong with that.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Service industry is very good.
So, but I'm like, Kimysha, this isn't what you really want to do. And I knew I had all these other skills. I was good with computers, you know, I can type, and I have a lot of administrative skills and things like that. And that's the type of jobs that I wanted to go after, office jobs. So I really just took that and ran with it. I figured out what it was I needed to do. At the time, I didn't have no degrees or anything like that, but I figured out I had to have a resume that stated the skills that I have. So with that, I learned, I read books, I looked things up. How do I make a good resume? And what is a good resume? And just to fast forward, I applied for this job at a firm here in Wilmington, and this was over 10 years ago. And they loved my resume, and I was so proud of myself because I'm like I worked hard on this resume.
It showed.
And it showed, and they liked it. And you know, that's my reason and my passion is because I know where I came from, and I know there are a lot of other people out there who struggle. I mean, the jobs they might not pay as much, but you don't have to stay there, you know, and it's really just an investment in yourself. Where do you want to go? Where do you see yourself at? And that's why, you know, the resume writing is so important. So.
There's definitely a science to it, right?
Yeah.
From everything from the paper color to your paper weight.
Right. So I have a little bit of training in resume writing, and something that I learned, and I hope it's still relevant to this day, is that get right to the point.
Yeah.
Almost like bullet points. Get right to the point. You don't need to have so many words on the paper. Just get right to the point to open up that conversation with the potential employer. Is it still relevant today?
Right. Absolutely. Okay. It's very much important, and that's one thing that I stress upon is get to the point. I know a lot of times people want to tell their whole story, and you know, if you guys can just imagine some of the resumes that I've seen, a lot of them are outdated because what was done years ago, like, it's forever changing. So staying up to date on what's relevant on a resume. And I like how you mentioned getting straight to the point, and that's one of the things that people fail at doing on their resume is it's a bunch of irrelevant stuff. And what's really going to set you apart is straight to the point. What are they looking for? And when I do a resume, it's like boom, 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 like there it is. You know,
right to the point.
One page to the point. This is who I am. This is what I'm bringing.
So I'm assuming this is still also relevant. For example, when it says list your skills, instead of saying I specialize in public speaking, just get right to the point. Skills, public speaking.
Yep.
That's it. Get right to There's no.
Right.
You don't need complete sentences.
No, you don't need complete sentences. And I know many years ago there wasn't a skills section on a resume, but now there is, and that's one of the most important parts of the skills section of the resume. And you have your we want to get away from the you know, detail oriented, like those irrelevant things. It's like they want to, like, the technical skills, like softwares that you used, and you know, how fast do you type and things like that. Those are the type of skills they want to see. And it's like the I forgot what the is detail oriented, it's good personality. Like, I've seen those skills on a resume, and those are, you know, we don't really need those. We don't want to have those on a resume. We want to know, like, have you worked with Microsoft Office? Have you worked, you know, on Word and email and all,
PowerPoint,
yeah, like things
What are
like
you
that.
proficient
Those are the,
in?
yeah, what are you proficient in? Exactly. Yeah, that's
it's
what
it's so interesting now that I'm thinking about this. We're having this conversation, and I'm thinking about when I was in college. I was considered actually a resume writer for the students at the University of Delaware. I was trained in it.
Okay.
And I was thinking, you're saying these words, and those were the words that we were putting on the resume. But now today we live in such a tech digital world that it is imperative to have the software, you're digitally savvy, you understand computer software, you understand social media, you understand all of these elements that are really what make the world go around, but also that are a part of being employed somewhere, like being able to have those computer skills. It was big then. This is like, I'm sharing my age clearly. I'm sharing my age, but it was big then. Oh, thank you. But it just, you see the difference. It wasn't as important. It was more at the bottom, right? It wasn't at the top, but I like that. So how about paint the picture for us? What should a resume look like quickly?
There you go.
Quickly, I just want to say, depending on your career level and where you are, it should only be one page.
One page.
Starting at the top, and I'll just run through it real quick. You want to have, of course, your name, a professional email. I stress that as well. A phone number, some way they can get in contact with you. Many years ago, they did an objective statement.
Right.
That's no longer. It's called a summary, and that summary is it's a paragraph, about 3 to 4 sentences. Who are you and what do you bring in? What do you bring into the position, right? Next, you want to have your skills. So the skills section, and I wanted to touch again on that. It's not just Microsoft Office and things like that. If you're working with kids, how, do you have conflict resolution skills? Like essentially reading a job description and they're telling you what they're looking for, you want to kind of match your resume to that. You know, you want to be truthful about it, but you want to match your resume to that. There are specific keywords that are on the job description that you want on your resume. It's simple. So you want that skills section, and those are skills that relate to the job you're applying for. No skills that don't, because it's really irrelevant, taking up space, right? So remember, I said one page. So then you want your work experience. So with the work experience, a lot of times you might not have done a job that you're applying for. So if you're applying for a job in education or something, you might not have that work experience. And that's fine. Your skills will speak to that experience. You can have educational skills without having worked in education. So I think people get tripped up on that sometimes. It's like, oh, I never worked as a teacher, I never did that. That's fine. That's okay. It's okay. And then lastly, you want to have your education, your degrees or your high school diploma, some form of education. I have done resumes where they have their like internships, just depending on where you are in your career, it'll have different things on it. But essentially, that's it. One page, all your.
Do you still need references?
No, you do not.
See, I know about this resume writing. I'm literally, she's painting a picture and I'm visualizing, name, email, phone number, summary, it's not objective anymore. Then you go right into skills, education. And
no references.
Work, education, right? So no references.
No references. And that reason is because I know we used to do it a long time ago, but if you're called in for an interview, if they want to offer you the position, at that point, they'll say, we need these references.
So in that moment, you would have, so you still have to have them ready to go, like a letter of recommendation or reference.
But not on a resume. And that's the same thing with, I know we used to put our full address on a resume too. No longer.
No address.
No more. It's the resume game
has
It changed. It has.
Where can people get in contact with you and learn more about your services?
Yes, so I am on social media. On Instagram, it's just Clerk K Services _ and on there I post tips. I give some inspirational things, post some feedback from people that I've worked with. So you can find me on there.
All right. Yes. Well, thank you so much for coming to the plaza.
Thank you.
We might just have to do, I wish we had time, we could just do our own resumes.
Right.
When the last time you did your resume?
It's been a long time. Oh, wait, no. I remember when I applied to work here at Good Morning Wilmington, I had to update my resume. Yes, it was, I think it was so funny. I was like, wow, what am I going to put down as far as like work? I've been working for so long. But I love that you said that even though you may not have experience working in the job that you're applying for, still put it down because you can learn skills in anything you do, like you said earlier. Food service industry, we learn the best skills in the food industry. So
patience.
That's right. Patience.
Patience. So thank you so much for coming on again.
Thank you.
I'm going to take a quick break, but before we're in that break, we're going to pass it to BB Coker for the Black History Month video. Make sure you check it out.
My name is BB Coker, and I'm about 8 decades old. I'm not going to tell you how much over 8 decades, but I am. I grew up in Jacksonville, Florida. Lift Every Voice and Sing was written for a Lincoln Day celebration by James Weldon Johnson and his brother James Roseman Johnson at our high school, Stanton High School in Jacksonville, Florida. I didn't move to Delaware until 1960. I grew up in the South, and I kind of think that it's always good to use the opportunity to tell people that growing up in the South is not what a lot of people from the North, white or black, thought. We had our own communities, we had our own schools, we had our own playground areas, camps, the YWCA, everything, because of Jim Crow laws, had colored or white on it. But it was a strong community. And I kind of, whenever I talk to young people, I try to tell them, don't knock being in a community among people that look like yourself. Be proud of that and make it worth your while. That's how I grew up. We had our own doctors, we had our own teachers, we had our own lawyers, we had our own morticians. We had our own sense of who we were, where we came from, what we had to offer. And as far as Jim Crow laws were concerned, I was always taught by my mother, who, by the way, was a school teacher. She taught French and English. I was always taught by her that when people come after you with their rather ugly remarks or hateful remarks, or always have something to say, or try to act like you have nothing to offer, it is because you do have something to offer. And I wouldn't want any young person to forget that. You think about it. You don't have to take my word for it. Who comes after nothing? Nobody. So, as far as African Americans are concerned, I would say that there's a population in this America that has come after us for almost 400 years because, one, we helped to build this country, we helped to grow this country, we helped to house this country, we helped to feed this country, we helped the economic development of this country. If you know your history, Black history just happens to be called that because it came from people that looked like this skin tone. But history is history, trust me. We were taught who we were and why we were, and why we had all the reasons in the world to be proud of ourselves. Respect what everybody has that they call knowledge, and use it if you can. If you can't, at least respect the fact that they have it. I say all that to say, be proud of who you are, but before you get proud, know who you are, and stop allowing people to define you for you. You know you. I know you.
All right, we're back, everyone. Thank you so much again to BB Coker, as you saw in that quick clip. Again, it was too quick. We need more time to celebrate BB Coker, right?
Yes,
but just in honor of Black History Month and also celebrating the arts. And this is a great segue into our last guest that we have here on the plaza. Last but not least, we have Matt Silva, the newly appointed Executive Director of the Delaware Theatre Company. Welcome, Matt.
Hi, it's great to be here.
Oh my gosh.
How are we doing?
Yeah, so Matt, tell us a little bit about your background. background, and then we'll dive into Delaware Theatre Company. Sure.
Absolutely, thank you. So I went to college and majored in theater and acting, and then went and got a master's in acting, thinking I was an actor. And really, no one should pay to watch me act. No one should. I never quite knew what to do with my hands, you know.
Didn't expect that.
Thinking I was an actor, very funny.
And so I was taking a directing class in grad school, and my teacher, who was my acting teacher, said, "Never act again, start directing." Yeah. And so they changed the entire curriculum for me to be assistant directing around in the Philly area, New York area. And so I started to meet some directors and start assistant directing, and directing became the thing that I really fell in love with and became really passionate about. It was a way in which I could really tell the full story and not just have to worry about one track as an actor.
As well as following your dream in the theater world.
Exactly.
Right. So clearly you had a passion. You just had to find where your place was.
That's exactly it.
And you could thank your teachers for being honest.
That's the truth, right? I mean, that's
Right?
that's what I tried to do.
I'm blown away
Right?
right now just to hear that. Like you said, you created a whole curriculum for you.
They did.
To directing.
Yeah, they really did.
Damn, you must be an awesome director.
Well, you'll be able to see Man of La Mancha coming up in April.
All right. I'm like Matt. Like I didn't know that. I'm just like blown away. Like how they can, and that's why you have to have great people around you. They can see the greatness in you. And like, you know what? No, you're good here, but you're better here. Yeah. And wow.
And that's the beauty of the arts, I think, is that, you know, especially I'm so grateful to have so many wonderful teachers and mentors because they're really honest with you, right? I mean, giving you the feedback that you need to be able to do that, and being able to do that now for younger artists is really special.
Yeah. And especially now, you come right under Bud Martin.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah, Bud was one of those early mentors when, as part of that curriculum change, I was assistant directing for him at his theater. And so I've known Bud for almost 15 years now. So it's really an honor and really special to be stepping in and you know, following up on his leadership.
Right.
Excellent. So tell us about your new position at the Delaware Theatre Company and dive into what is the Delaware Theatre Company for maybe some viewers that don't know.
Yeah, happy to. So as executive director of Delaware Theatre Company, first off, we've been there since 1979. So this is our 43rd year. We started on a little firehouse on French Street over here, and we've been on the riverfront in our new home since 1985. Wow. We produce 5 shows a year on our main stage, combination of musicals, plays, dramas, all different types of things. We specialize also, Bud has a lot of New York contacts that we've been able to do some sort of pre-Broadway tryouts since those don't really exist anymore.
Right.
So people developing new big musicals, we've done a lot of that work.
Excellent.
And then we also have a full menu of education programs that really reach wide into the community and also bring folks into us in the theater. We have a program called Totally Awesome Players, which started as Totally Awesome Kids 30 years ago.
Right.
It's for now adults with intellectual disabilities, varying degrees of them, and they come together and they make a play based on what their abilities are, and it's written and tailored to what they're able to do. And one of the most beautiful things about it, actually, for me, is that when the guardians or brothers and sisters or family members come to see the show, because we actually produce it live on our stage with an audience, a lot of these folks they're not used to extracurricular activities. They don't get to watch their son go play baseball or their daughter in a dance competition or anything like that.
Right.
And so seeing the pride and joy in these families to be able to participate in something that's meaningful and that is giving them some more communication skills is really special.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's just one of the many education programs we run, community outreach programs we run. But,
and when is that program?
It runs twice. So it runs once in the fall and once in the spring.
Okay.
And if you check out our website, delawaretheatre.org, you can see when those performances are. There's one coming up in April.
All right.
Wow, so there's so much that you're offering at the Delaware Theatre Company. I was saying to Matt earlier, Ivan, that my sister really enjoyed theater growing up. She's an opera singer, trained opera singer, and really has a passion for theater. And I was saying to Matt, I was like, Matt, maybe I've met you in passing because, Delaware's small, everybody knows everybody.
Right.
We're trying to connect the dots. We haven't connected yet. Maybe we'll keep connecting, right? But theater is such a beautiful environment.
Right.
It really is. I mean, just knowing the passion and the love my sister has for theater, I see it firsthand. And what it does to her. I mean, she grew up very, very shy. Very, very shy. But when she would, yes, not now. Now she's confident.
It's what theater did for her.
Exactly. Thank you. That's what theater did to her. But when she would step out on that stage, she would light up. And I was always amazed at what theater would do for her,
Right.
and how it helped her build confidence,
absolutely.
and helped build her self-esteem, and really get her to come out of her shell.
Right.
And that's the beauty of theater, and the fact that you're offering education and opportunity to really build those skills at the Delaware Theatre Company, I think is
And we have a
so
summer on stage
great.
program too that runs for kids 8 through 15. And it's a program that really does, some parents have called it confidence camp. It really lets their kids sort of like, it's not about the product necessarily, they're not putting on some big glamorous play at the end. It's about the process of learning how to communicate and how to open up a bit.
That's right.
And it also exists for the audience as well. There's research that was done in the UK years ago that actually audiences' heartbeats sync up in a theater together.
I believe
that.
And there's something so communal about that, right? Like, come on. I mean, we're laughing together, we're crying together, our hearts are beating together. I mean, come on.
That's so true. When was the last time you attended a live theater production? I mean, this is a live production.
Hamilton.
Okay, so
that was in December.
So I'm sure when you left, how joyful you felt. And that's so true. That's so true.
You get to, I mean, look at what's going on around us these days. I mean, there's so much going on in our lives, in the world. And we're able to go to this place, Delaware Theatre Company in this regard, and just escape for a couple hours.
And that's what we need to escape.
Yeah, of course.
Let's talk about the Longwood grant and what you guys plan on doing with it.
Yeah, so we were really fortunate to get a Longwood grant this fall. Like you all, congratulations. Yeah, there's the Cabbage Patch coming back.
Dance.
You're showing your moves for this weekend already?
I was just going to say that. And I was like, that's the victory dance.
Yeah, that's it right there.
The victory dance. This one's for you, this one's for you, and this one's for me.
Right.
The W.
Oh, it's too good.
Yeah.
So the Longwood Grant is going to be able to do a couple things for us. As you all know, media in Wilmington is disappearing for the most part. So what used to happen in a print ad or used to happen in sort of traditional mass media is no longer really effective.
Right.
And so it's all happening digitally now.
Yeah.
And so this grant really allows us to invest in our digital marketing and to be really sort of pinpointing who we want to be engaging with and meeting where they are and giving them the opportunity over and over again to be with us.
Right.
To come
and also
us.
maintaining a level of staying relevant,
exactly.
right? And that's key, especially if you want to let people know about the educational resources you have at the Delaware Theatre Company, but also the performances, and then giving the actors and actresses a chance to shine. We have to get the word out and to use social media and have an incredible, I always say a strong marketing campaign to really set the tone to help you build on that, because it does take some time to build a strong social media presence.
It really does.
So that's really key that you are investing into that. Just maintain a level of staying relevant.
Yeah, we're really grateful for the opportunity to do that, and we're already seeing results, which is great. And the more data you gather, the more you learn, and the more you're able to
make content, bring the plays that people want to see.
Exactly.
Right. So what are the needs of DTC? Are there any?
Yeah, of course. It's amazing. We've been around for 43 years, and you'll be around town, and someone will say, "Oh, Delaware Theatre Company, is that up by the Grand? Is that?" And it's like, "No, we're down on the riverfront. We've been there for 38 years." And so really, it's just the awareness of what we do. And that's another part of the Longwood Grant. Actually, the back of our building faces MLK, and the train goes by. I mean, almost 4 million people go by there a year, and so we're gonna get a lot of signage there.
That's I was just thinking that. I was like, well, they have to have signage.
You can't not know who we are once that's up. So, and driving by. So it's a high traffic area. So that's another thing. But for people to just come experience the joy of live theater, it's.
And with that, and I want to dip in that real quick.
Please.
With that, what shows are coming up?
So we have our final show of the season coming up April 12th through 30th called Man of La Mancha. If you know the show, it's a beautiful story. Don Quixote, to dream the impossible dream. A beautiful song, a beautiful play. It's a great musical.
When is it?
April 12th through April 30th.
Oh, yeah, that's right around the corner.
Yeah, I know you'll be there. I know you'll both be there. Opening night.
Okay, I'm gonna tell my sister.
Will be there.
That's right. Matt Ford, so one of our co-hosts at DETV and Good Morning Wilmington, loves Theater.
I know, he was just with us.
Oh,
He saw our last show, One Man, Two Governors.
Yeah.
They did a little review.
Yeah, it's called Theater Goers on DETV.
Oh, Matt is so busy. I love it. I love it. So are there any upcoming auditions that anyone should know about
So
or not yet?
we're going to be announcing our season for next year in the next 2 weeks. And so once that gets announced in the next 2 weeks, we'll sort of immediately move into auditions.
Okay.
So if there's people out there looking to do the thing, we're happy to have them.
All right.
The more local people, the better.
Do More 24?
Yeah, Do More 24.
This your camera. Tell them what you need them to tell them about
Do More 24. We'll take anything. Anything. Big, small, anywhere in between, whatever you have. Put your credit card number in there. Come on down, get us a check, whatever. Give us your first board, we'll take it.
Oh my God.
Yo, Matt, thank you so much. We got to wrap up, Matt. Appreciate it. Give me your website again.
It's DelawareTheatre.org. DelawareTheatre.org. 594-1100. Get your tickets.
All right, thank you so much, Matt. Man, we'll keep bringing you back and talk about everything you got going on.
Yes.
All right, Vincenzo, it's time to get out of here.
I know. Gosh, great show.
Great show.
Great
Awesome
show for all of us.
All right.
Make sure if you are in town, follow Ivan as you see his victory Dancing with the Stars at the Wilmington Public Library. Clearly, I have a special favorite I'm rooting for right here.
Right,
But anyway, good luck to everyone that's participating. May the best person win, or best couple win, or partners win. But again, thank you for everyone tuning in. Thank you to all of our guests. We had Dr. Stephen Falchek, Exceptional Care for Children. We had Kimysha Archy, Clerk K Services, and then also Matt Silva, the Delaware Theatre Company. Stay tuned for our next show. And thank you again, everyone.
All right, Do More 24. Make sure you give to the nonprofit. Give what you can. Firstborn, check, whatever, credit card number, drop them. All right, we'll talk to you soon. Good morning, Wilmington. We'll see you later on in the week.